Hey, this is Mr. Technical Barry Horowitz, and you're watching Five Star Takes. Give yourself a big pat on the back and watch a great, awesome podcast, if you will. And I will, and so will you.
War.
Hi, Nick.
Good God. What is it good for? Nick, what's up, dude?
Nick.
Dude,
Yeah.
Nick, Nick, I want to be your favorite one. Come on, let me be the favorite one.
Give me shout out for fucking Eugene, dude.
Yeah. You're the man, Nick. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's all I got for this particular cold open. Other than, Isaac, I've thought about how we should open a side business.
Hell yeah! What's up, dude?
Top flight security, baby.
Top flight security of the world, Craig. not just the country, the world.
Hire all my homies, every one of them.
And here I was about to say I missed record. When was the last time we were all together? And I missed this so much.
It was last year, man.
Yeah, it was last year, and you guys have already made me regret doing this. But
top flight security, man, you know about that shit, right? You've seen that one Friday, next Friday.
You made it.
Or God, Friday after next, the one where they're the security guards trying to get the Santa Claus.
Holy shit! Is that Jey Uso?
Yeet.
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 Yeet. Let's yeet this fucking intro video into existence.
Yeah, yeet, 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 yeet. I'll do the.
Soothing sounds. Yeah, it's been a minute, man. It's good to see you guys.
It's good to see you. So you guys had your little thing about next Friday and stuff. I got a little bit of a gripe I want to get out right off in the open. You ever so I've been drinking a milkshake, chocolate covered strawberry milkshake from Portillo's, which is if you're from Chicago, the area, Portillo's and stuff.
Yeah,
and
hot dog.
I love like milkshakes and stuff like that, but whenever you get like one that's got like cut up like fruit or banana, like strawberry or something like that, I always hate it when like I'm trying to drink the shake and a piece of strawberry or whatever gets stuck at the bottom of the straw, and it's like you can't get anything out of it, and you kind of have to like reverse the flow just to unclog the straw so you can get back to the shake.
Oh, at that point I normally just pop the top and then I just drink. I
pour it right on my face.
Yeah, I just just kind of like that,
Now I want a milkshake, but I'm a simple man when it comes to milkshakes. I just want a nice vanilla milkshake. That's all I need in my life. It's super simple.
Yeah, I mean, again, a good vanilla milkshake is good, but I mean, vanilla. I also prefer a vanilla ice cream, but it's also such a good canvas for other things,
Absolutely.
Like it's great with things added and plain. It's pretty tough.
In Vermont, we got the maple creamies. That's our thing, man.
What is the maple creamy?
It's you say to me.
It's a maple creamy, man. It's
no.
It's a maple soft serve, but it's like a higher fat content than regular soft serve. So you got
it's the Vermont version of a Dole pineapple whip.
It's just like a fucking like a soft serve.
Do you even know do you even know the legend of the pineapple?
I've heard of these things, man, but I don't know.
I know Dozer would know.
Yeah, no, it's I mean, it's a big thing in Disney, and it's also a really big thing in like Hawaii.
Yeah, no, if you come to Vermont, you get go to the right spot, and you get a real one with real local maple. Them shits you can't be beat, man. They're
Keep that in
fantastic.
mind. As for the Dole Whip, I mean, obviously it's probably not the same, but if you got like one of those places, where they serve, like frozen yogurt, and you put whatever toppings you want, and they charge by the ounce or whatever. There's one
Cold Stone.
No, not even a Cold Stone, like a Menchie's or.
Dude, there is no chance. DDJ, I'm gonna stop you right there for a second. There is no chance in fuck that there is a single build your own froyo place in Vermont.
No, we got some Ben and Jerry's.
That's fair.
But yeah, none of that. Although I had a Cold Stone right down the street from me when I lived in New York.
I haven't had Cold Stone.
Do you get Cold Stone delivered?
Oh man! But no, I was going back
for
with
the ultimate fucking.
There's this one place that had like their version of the Dole Whip. It's like the soft serve and frozen yogurt and stuff. And it's pretty good, but I'm sure it's probably not quite the same.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've never been to Hawaii, but I mean, I've had it from the Ohio State Fair, which can be just as exotic.
That's where like the shit goes down, man.
Oh man,
the Ohio State Fair, like, isn't that the big political one where all the presidents like to go and eat things on a stick?
No.
Oh, I'm thinking of the Iowa.
Yeah, no. The Ohio State Fair. It's just like, I don't know. It's just like a big fair. We have a lot of big concerts. That's one of our things. Like, there's typically like a huge country fest at the end of the.
They do that at our state fair. They'll have like a big one day's like demolition derby. Last year, or like a year or two ago, they had Fluffy there.
We go up to the Wisconsin State Fair. It's ironic because like where I live in Illinois, our state fair is in Springfield, which is the state capital. That's like 5 hours south of me. So like I can go to the Wisconsin State Fair in probably less than the third of the time it would take me to get to my own state fair.
I made that with a Mormon.
The Wisconsin State Fair is kind of the same setup, where they got like bands and comedy acts and stuff like that, like every night during the fair and stuff. So
take a guess at how far I live from the Ohio State Fair.
Probably like driving 13 minutes.
I'm gonna say
45.
No, I mean, Isaac's right. Like literally 13 to 15 minutes away. It's literally on the same grounds. And then that big country show I was mentioning is at the same place that they do that big ass rock and metal festival I go to every May. Same place. It's literally 15 minutes from my house. Yeah, no, I'm trying to think of like the biggest claim to fame for the Ohio State Fair. I mean, it's massive. Like, it's one of the biggest, like, most attended ones, period. We always have like butter sculptures. That's our thing. We got some friggin' butter sculptures.
We had a really tall fucking sunflower. It was like 26 feet tall or some shit.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
The biggest thing that the Wisconsin State Fair, I think, is known for are their cream puffs.
Oh shit!
And I mean, these are like some giant size one. Like, funny story, the very first picture I ever saw of my wife, like, this was when I think we were just talking, we hadn't even met yet, and I want to say this was her either a Facebook profile pic or just like the picture she had like when she posted the personal that I responded to was her like trying to take a bite out of this cream puff thing. And when I remember when I saw one like up close and personal for the first time, like when I went up to the Wisconsin State Fair with her, I couldn't believe it, man. It's ginormous, but I mean it's so good.
Oh man.
And so speaking of things that were I thought pretty good, it's been a little while since we talked, but man, that Royal Rumble we had just had a few weeks ago was pretty damn entertaining.
Yeah, it was honestly the whole show is good. For me, the highlight of the show wasn't even the Rumble matches, and it was fucking Cody and Kevin Owens just
That
killing it
stole the show.
in one of the best fucking ladder matches I've ever seen, man.
Yeah, I want to say one thing about that match real quick, and I'm sure we'll kind of rapid fire, through these matches since it was a couple weeks ago. But somebody needs to name, the bump that Kevin Owens takes in every ladder match where it's sitting up, and then he always takes it right on the small of his back.
Yes,
That's the Kevin Owens ladder bump. Somebody has to have a name for that, right?
Yeah,
because he takes it in every ladder match.
And it's so brutal. It looks. I mean, and Jesus Christ. I mean, they could do so much from just the way that match played out, but
they already are.
That spot with Kevin Owens going through that ladder at the end was fucking insane.
Yeah, and then the ref was throwing up the X's too. They were hard selling it.
So,
hey, this is Mr. Technical Barry Horowitz, and you're watching 5-Star Takes. Give yourself a big pat on the back and watch a great, awesome podcast, if you will. And I will, and so will you.
A little bit of a peek behind the curtains. I was watching the Rumble. It was me, my wife, my son, and then Giovanni Tuhati and the Silver Wolf Sean came up, and we all Sean with his girlfriend Kathy, and we all pitched in and rented an Airbnb, so we could watch the Rumble together and stuff. And we're all sitting in the upstairs room where Giovanni had brought his projector so we could watch, on a big screen and stuff. And we're sitting there watching, and they're standing on the announce table, and I think Cody or something, or what was he was trying to do? Or Kevin was trying to do a power bomb or something. He was going to power bomb him off the ladder or something, and then Cody just elevated him up and the thing that impressed me most was him holding Kevin up and doing the quarter turn to set up the spot where he did the Alabama slam through the ladder. And I mean, I watched that spot a few times since it happened. I still cringe every time.
Dude, it's brutal. It looked great.
Yeah.
I mean, all of it, even the bump that Cody took, that he was selling the hell out of, looked awesome. And, a lot of people, I mean, which is great, were like, oh, was it this real? Was this fake? Was he really hurt? And anytime you're getting into that territory is great.
That's when you've got you're doing great.
And I know Shane is a big advocate of this, and will sing his praises. But I honestly think that Kevin Owens might be the most underrated worker in the whole company, and probably the best all around. Just you need someone to do anything, and Kevin Owens will do it better than pretty much anybody else.
He can be a baby.
Yeah,
heel. His t-shirt game has been top notch lately.
Yeah, I legitimately think that Kevin Owens is a top 10 talent in the world. Right now.
The thing that sells it for me is his thing with Stone Cold at WrestleMania, where he built a whole program by himself, and it was a must see. And he fucking had
and it main evented night one. It was a main event.
Yeah, no. And then obviously, branching off of that, you ended up getting Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn again, forever and ever and ever and ever. It's like Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. Once every couple years they'll rejoin as a tag team. It'll last for a year. Kevin will turn on Sammy. It's never the other way around, pretty much. They'll feud for 6 months. They'll go their separate ways, and it'll just happen again. And the thing is the matches are always awesome. They're always good.
Always compelling because both those guys are so good at what they do.
And
Yeah.
that's why you have to put, when it comes to like greatest rivalries of all time, you have to Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn has to be in the equation, because it's not only a WWE thing. This goes back to Ring of Honor. I'm sure they probably did some stuff in PWG and stuff. Like, no matter where they go, they create magic whenever they're in the ring together. So that's
I
why I think
mean,
So here's my like plus 2,000 odds for WrestleMania, but I think they could make it work, and I think the new regime with Triple H at the helm and just the way things have chugging could work. What if they did a 3 stages of hell match at WrestleMania?
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind that at all.
I mean, I think that would be super 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 fun. You know, do something. You know, like step 1 is just a normal match. You know, step 2 is like extreme rules or whatever, and then step 3 is they wanted to do something really crazy. Make step 3
Punjabi prison.
make step 3 Hell in a Cell. You know what I mean? Have them put on a 15-minute cell match at the end of
after going through 2 other matches.
Yeah.
They can
The
do
dog
it. They can
kennel
do it.
match.
Dude, stop it.
Fucking
my
number
God.
3, you want to really fucking get crazy. Make round 3 the brawl for all.
Goodness gracious.
Oh man, but yeah, no, that was great. But I mean, but again, that whole show was great. I mean, the tag title match up until the finish was really good. I think the finish killed it. But the one thing that came out of that, and I think this was the following SmackDown, or maybe been the week after, was that promo that the Street Profits did.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was okay. I mean, it was definitely a letdown given what both teams could do.
Right.
And can do, but unfortunately, it was very much an Attitude Era style, angle, disguised as a match, and it is what it is. I think that the Machine Guns will win the titles, but I think that they will win the titles at WrestleMania.
Well, I
I
mean,
would
you
not
also
be surprised to see that.
that's one of the first tag team matches they've had on a fucking pay-per-view in a long while too.
It was the first time that the tag titles were defended on a PLE
Yeah.
since WrestleMania last year.
Yeah, exactly. It's been a minute.
So let's talk about the Rumble matches. Let's start with the women's match. Apparently most of the IWC is in an uproar that Charlotte won. She just came back and she's already in a title match.
As soon as they announced it, it was obvious.
Yeah, I mean, I think
the most sense.
I mean, I think the worst thing. I think the worst thing about it is she just didn't need to win the Rumble.
Yep.
Like, I'm at the point, at least with myself, with Charlotte, where it's just like they can just put her in the title scene, and I'll go, okay,
I honestly think that would have been more productive if you had just switched the Alexa Bliss and fucking Charlotte. Because Charlotte doesn't need it, but if you did that for Alexa coming back, it would be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, or Jordan. I mean, again, there was a million candidates, right? That could have won. I mean, Liv could have won after coming up runner up 2 years in a row. You know what I mean? Still all ultra red hot.
Sky.
Yeah, I mean, Io Sky was definitely an option. Jordan Grace was an option.
Even Roxanne Perez.
Yeah.
Who, by the way, shout out to Roxanne Perez for setting the record for longest time in a women's Royal Rumble match and actually starting coming in out at number 3 and basically finishing runner up. I mean, I definitely did not expect that out of her, but shout out.
I really hope that when they call her up, they turn her face. I do not think her as a heel would work on the main roster.
Didn't she just come out as in NXT as old Hugger Bailey?
Yeah, dude,
that was great.
It was incredible. It was so good, but it made no sense after the match when Cora Jade pinned who did she pin again? It was
Bailey.
Yeah, she did pin Bailey. And Roxanne's like, oh shit, I can't believe it. God, what happened? It's like, dude, you just came out and caused the distraction.
Yep.
You did this. How are you shocked? Also, speaking of NXT, real quick, shout out that they've had freaking JDC, right? JD.
Dude,
Yeah.
former guest of the
Yeah, such good
such
shoot.
good shoot.
Yeah, no, very, very cool. He received a huge pop last week.
Dude, I still have his
That
I
match he
still
had
have
with
his
Lexi
phone
King
number.
was phenomenal. Great match.
If you want to call him, hit me up. I'll give you his number.
Yeah, pay me $7 for JDC's phone number.
Yeah, that's really cool though. Him coming out and getting that, because
And that's
Yeah,
why this partnership with NXT and TNA is just so awesome.
yeah, I think I don't think it's gonna be too long before you see the Hardys make an appearance.
I'm kind of surprised they haven't.
Back to the women's rumble though. Yeah, I mean it was just a solid rumble. I don't know. I mean there was a lot of things that happened, a lot of things that worked. That the only real surprise was Trish, and
oh my god.
I think Alexa Bliss coming back.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I forgot
And
Alexa.
shout out to Michael Cole for his
perfect
his
call.
commentary. It's like, but I thought she wasn't coming back. I mean, that was just spot on. A shot at all the fucking dirt sheet riders, which I absolutely love.
Yeah, Cole's on a roll. Yeah, I don't know.
Then all the Nia Jax shit sucked. Her eliminating everyone in the big cluster at the end, I hated. It looked like shit.
Well, dude, anything that Nia does is out the window immediately. I don't know. She was fine in the match. Yeah, I don't know. I like it enough to give it like a 3.25.
Bringing a little such good shoot into this. I like it.
Yeah, I'll throw a 3 on that.
I'd probably go around that too. I mean, and stuff. So, but I mean, I just again, it was to me I have no issue with Charlotte winning.
No, I don't have an issue with it. I mean, I don't think she needed it, but I don't have a problem. I mean, I knew it was happening.
Mm-hmm. So, all right, on to the men's rumble. What were you guys' thoughts on that?
I thought that one was honestly a really solid rumble. Giving Jay the win was great. We got to see Cena come back.
Talk about nobody expecting that.
Yeah, Jay winning was an absolute shock. And I think that, I fell into the, kind of like, oh, that's really cool, but what are they doing having him headline WrestleMania? And then just the reaction he's gotten the past, 3 weeks or whatever. 2 weeks has really just changed my mind. It's just like, okay, yeah, whatever. They made the right decision, right? Because he's
the guy.
He's maybe the most over on either roster.
I was just gonna say, I've been saying this for probably the past 3-4, probably actually since, and I want to say for me, it was probably, I really noticed it around, I think it was the last time they were in Saudi Arabia for, I think it was Crown Jewel or whatever, when they had Roman and the Usos team up against Jacob, Tama, and Solo in that, Bloodline Civil War match. To me, that's when it struck me that Jey Uso was the most over guy, because Roman didn't come out last. Jay came out last. I think at War Games, Jay also was the last one introduced in the, for the Bloodline. Like, I've been saying this since Crown Jewel, Jey Uso is by far the most over guy in the WWE right now. And I'm saying he's more over than Cody. He's more over than Roman. He's more over than Seth. I mean, like, there's nobody that's more over right now than Jey Uso. And like Shane was alluding to, the last couple weeks on Raw, just the crowd reactions and everybody. It's just.
Yeah, I mean they're doing one more time chance. They're playing his music again, New Jack style.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean with the whole yeeting thing, man. I have never ever in my life seen an entire crowd do the same thing at once.
The last time I can say that I saw something like this was Daniel Bryan back in.
Yeah. I mean, yes, and obviously Finn, doing the thing, was very popular.
Daniel Bryan is really
it's insane. I mean, I don't know. I'm of the mind right now that if Jay keeps this momentum and he stays as popular, I don't think Gunther has a chance. I really don't.
I said it. I want to say it was when I was on the wrestling nerd broadcast with my friends Dave, Nick, and Tom, and we were talking. We recorded like the day after.
Tom and Nick, Mysterio.
Not that Tom and Nick, but like I said when we were talking about Jay winning, I said, mark my words, and I think I even posted in the Shooting Shit Facebook group. I said Jay Uso will end night one of WrestleMania this year with the World Heavyweight Championship on his shoulder around his waist and 70,000 plus people yeeting. That is going to be the ending of night one of WrestleMania. And I'm saying it here again. Mark this day, book it, whatever, record it, timestamp it, whatever. Come the end of night one at WrestleMania on Saturday, April 19th, Jey Uso as your new World Heavyweight Champion will be leading a 70,000 strong yeet, party or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, one other thing I want to bring up about Raw real quick this past week is Michael Cole and Pat McAfee came out horny as hell. It was weird. They were both talking about yeeting all over the place and needing pills to yeet. They came out with some strange energy.
Oh man.
But yeah, Men's Rumble. It was good. I liked once again how they maximized time in the Rumble. There were a lot of stories that got advanced and a lot of cool interactions.
Got started.
One thing that I was talking about is it's truly amazing how many people on like different shows, right, were just trying to kill other people because they're friends with Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
like Drew was is still on a warpath. Seth, not really on a warpath, but he has no issue.
Drew is on a warpath after too.
Well, yeah. No, I mean, now he's over on SmackDown.
He was pissed at
Kevin Owens.
He was like pissed off at LA Knight and Logan Paul for fucking up his elimination.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know, man. It's so tough with WWE anymore to tell. I mean, I could totally see them just playing games with it and then just trickling out a little bit of information to a couple people, seeing what broke, you know what I mean? And then also working it. But I mean, again, he could have been pissed.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I mean, obviously, they can always turn, behind the stage drama and bring it in front of the curtain and, and interweave it into the story and stuff. But yeah, it's just, I heard about that and it's just stunk because it's like, hopefully this doesn't cause too many problems and stuff. But it seems like, I mean, obviously, as evidenced by what happened on, SmackDown with the qualifying match and stuff, it was, obviously they're willing to at least, work together and stuff. But I mean, that's the thing that you run into with these multi-man matches, like these Rumbles and stuff. And when you have like, 9, 10, 12, however many guys were in the ring at the time, that stuff like this is bound to happen because you got so many bodies who, are kind of like, paired off doing their own thing, and they're not necessarily thinking about what's going on around them.
Yeah, I mean, and quite frankly, I don't find it hard to believe that LA Knight could get lost in the moment of getting his shit in. And obviously with Logan Paul, he entered at 30. I mean, they hamstrung him, with the moments he always loves to get in, by putting him last. And Logan Paul is going to get his shit in no matter what. You know what I mean?
And you can just see in like in the playback where Drew goes to get eliminated, and they runs right into fucking LA Knight, who's trying to do a spot, and so it made it look fucking weird because it made it look like Damian Priest didn't really eliminate him; he just sort of eliminated himself.
And the one thing is too, as you mentioned, Logan Paul, he had the probably one of the all-time like coolest like the Kofi moment, I guess you'd say, where he literally jumped from the ring apron or whatever, or like he was about to get eliminated or something. Somehow he wound up on the announce table and literally did a didn't do a running start, just did a standing leap from the announce table back to the ring.
Yeah, I mean he's an incredible athlete, and I mean and honestly a great talent.
Like him or not, personally,
Yeah.
whether you love him or hate him, you can't deny the fact that he is killing it as a WWE superstar.
Yeah, I mean he's been. I mean I would say that this has gone legitimately about the best it can for both parties.
Oh yeah.
I mean, because he's been exceptionally good for who he is and where he's at in his career. So he hasn't been embarrassing. And he's getting a lot of exposure.
Yeah. But I mean, and kind of want to go towards I want to say maybe the last like 5-6 minutes of the match, which is probably some of the best like Rumble time I've ever seen, just because you had the stuff with Punk eliminating Seth and Roman, then Logan Paul eliminating Punk. You had Punk and Seth fighting on the outside, Roman Seth fighting on the outside, Roman telling Punk, we were teammates a couple months ago. The next thing you know, Seth's curb stomping Roman on the mat, and then also on the steps. And
he really was fuck you, Roman.
No, I mean killed him.
And then you come down to the final three with Logan Paul, John Cena, and Jey Uso. And I want to say after Logan Paul got eliminated, it came down to Cena and Uso. I thought to myself, I picked and Shane was there because when we did our show before the Rumble, I picked Cena to win. But I think when it came down to this two, I said, and I think I even looked at either Jovan or Sean or maybe just general talking with them as we were watching. I'm like, Jay's gonna win this. Like, I think that's when it came down to the last two. I said that's when I said I think Jay's gonna win this.
Yeah, I had picked CM Punk, and I picked Charlotte, and I blew that one.
Yeah, you made up some ground on me at least on this one. Yeah, I mean, I think the only thing missing was like a really cool, like like obviously AJ returned. That was cool. Great. You had the speed entrance, which was kind of fun the way they did it.
Oh my god!
Him getting absolutely destroyed. Which all credit to him for taking that, because that was brutal. It's one of the greatest spears in pro wrestling history.
Yeah. Oh my god, it was so gnarly.
But and correct, and then Shane, I'm gonna apologize in advance if I get this wrong, but it kind of like sounded to me you were talking about how like you're maybe alluding to that there weren't a lot of surprise entrants.
Well, yeah, and then there's Joe Hendry, obviously.
Right.
But that wasn't really a surprise. That was I
think
it was to be expected.
But I think the thing is I didn't have any issue with the fact that really other than AJ there weren't like any other surprise entrants. And the reason why I say that is because that roster right now is so deep, they don't need it.
Yeah, no. And I don't think it was a big hindrance on the match. I just think that especially like midway through, it started to drag just a little bit. I think if they would have been able to, I don't even know a name. If they would have been able to,
Eugene, man.
Yeah. I mean, even if they would have, called like a Trick Williams or an Obafemi, you know what I mean? I just think somebody like that, would have, for me at least, lightened a little bit.
I think honestly would have been cool is to get Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, as Nick Nemeth, dude.
Yeah, that would have been sweet.
Well, you might see that eventually with the this partnership here that we got going on
Yeah.
and stuff. So, all right. Any other thoughts about the Rumble, or do we want to maybe move on to something else?
Yeah, it was good. That's final thoughts. It was good. Great pay-per-view. Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes stole the show
Yeah.
with just the most incredible ladder match. So yeah,
So,
five stars on that match for
yeah.
me.
So, obviously, we know we've already kind of talked about Jay choosing Gunther, which I don't think anybody, thought was going to be the case. So a couple other big newsworthy things here that happened this week. If you guys didn't watch NXT, there was a guy who less than 24 hours ago was technically under contract to another company that got released and decided to show up on NXT unannounced, and that place went batshit crazy. What are your guys' thoughts on Ricky Starks or whatever they end up calling him, because they did not mention that name specifically?
Which I thought was the funniest thing in the world. They gave him the Scott Hall and Kevin Nash treatment when they first went to WCW. You know who that is? We
you know who they are. We don't know why he's here.
X is buzzing for that man. Yeah, I mean it's a really good get for WWE. I think that with the structure WWE has, I think that Ricky Starks will thrive, to be honest.
And this is his first time in the company. He's worked there before.
He's been there as an extra,
but yeah, it's like extra enhancement.
But I mean, like you look at guys that have gone from AEW to WWE. Obviously, I mean, there's Cody, who's blown up since coming back. You have Lexus King in NXT, who was formerly, Brian Pillman Jr.
Yeah, I mean, and he's having the best run of his career right now.
Oh yeah, he's killing it down there and stuff, and that's why I have high hopes for Ricky Starks, and this was absolutely the best move for him, because I mean, I'd seen something like the last time he was, I think, on TV prior to on NXT on Tuesday was like back in April or May or something like that.
Didn't he do like a GCW show or something?
Well, yeah, he showed up at that American Dream Mall show.
That's right.
And then AEW yanked, and then they announced him for a couple matches, and then AEW yanked him from the matches.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's the only weird thing is I don't think Ricky Starks needs to be in NXT. I don't think that 6 months will hurt him, but I think if they keep him there too long, it will.
I don't think he's going to be there that long. And I mean, and I think the reason why
just get him used to the style, right?
Yeah, the reason why they have Lexus King down there, like, because
don't do that, DDJ. The Ricky Starks is so much better than Lexus.
No, I'm not trying to say that because Ricky Starks, and this is no disrespect meant to Lexus King, but Ricky Starks is definitely more talented stuff. But it's for the same thing. Like, I think because really people like Lexus King, people like Ricky Starks, really have. I mean, obviously, yeah, they've worked, in AEW, and I know Ricky Starks has, spent time in the NWA as well. But like, they've never really worked in a place like WWE before, and I think they're kind of want to be extra cautious with these kinds of talents, because if you throw them into the spotlight before they're really ready, it's like throwing a kid in the water before he knows how to swim. If he can't swim, he's going to drown. And they're teaching them, the guys like Ricky and Lexus, to swim, so that way when they get to the big boy pool in the WWE, they're not going to drown.
Yeah, I mean, I also just think that Lexus King was not very good in AEW.
He was, but look what they gave him to work with, though.
Well, yeah, I mean that's fine, but honestly, I feel like they gave him and freaking what was this? Griff Garrison?
Yeah,
they gave them the appropriate amount to work with. But yeah, no, I mean it's cool to see Ricky Starks.
Yeah,
hanging out in NXT.
It's
Yeah.
good to see him being able to do what he likes to do and what he's good at. It sucks when you get put on the shelf for no real reason.
Yeah. Even getting paid, you get that money still. But yeah, it's just, a lot of times these wrestlers who just get paid to sit in catering, sit backstage, and not even get flown out, to do. A lot of times they would come out and say, "Yeah, I like the money stuff," but man, there's, they want to be out there performing, like getting their reps in and being in front of the cameras and
Yeah.
stuff. But man, though, so I don't know if you guys saw this, but I just had seen this earlier this afternoon. I was kind of looking at it a little bit while I was out having dinner with my wife and my son. Looks like Demolition's back in the fold at the WWE family because it was just announced that they signed Legends deals.
Good for them.
Yeah,
So long overdue.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, they're not in the Hall of Fame, correct, Dennis?
They are not.
No,
And a
they
lot
will
of it
be.
has to do with their issues in the past with Vince McMahon, and I believe Axe was part of that lawsuit that was against WWE with the CTE stuff, and it's so great, and this is just another reason why I think having Hunter run everything is just bringing a breath of fresh air, is because you're seeing all these people that you never thought you'd see back. I mean, we've seen
Fucking Repo Man is coming back, so
the Masked Superstar.
that's crazy that
But I mean,
fucking
seeing Jesse Ventura, back on Saturday night's main event.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy what happens when you don't have
Yeah.
like one of the worst humans of our generation.
Yeah.
I mean, just an awful human being. I mean, again, I'm not championing Hunter. I don't know Hunter as a human, but I think what is clear is that he is some amount better than Vince.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
He's not a complete psychopath.
Yeah,
and would not be surprised with Demolition getting this Legends deal done. I wouldn't be surprised that they're part of this class of the Hall of Fame, and it would be well deserved. And like I mentioned before, long overdue, because Demolition was a badass tag team in the mid to late '80s, early '90s.
They had an awesome song.
Awesome song, a really good look, and I mean, basically they were WWE's version of the Road Warriors, and then just unfortunately when they got the real Road Warriors, Demolition, by that time, Bill Eadie, who was Axe, was pretty much done, or because with injuries due to injuries and stuff, but just Demolition kind of just got thrown in the trash after the Road Warriors came over and stuff, but it's still great to see these guys. They once held the record for the longest tag title reign until that was broken by the New Day, which then in turn got broken by the Usos.
Yeah. Congratulations to them.
Yeah. So
shout out to the Repo Man.
And the Repo Man.
No, the same. Repo Man is Smash.
Would you be saying that if you looked out your window and saw him repossessing your car?
I'd be really upset, but I don't know if he'd be able to do it. I've seen it. What he uses, he just has like a little rope and his little mask.
Do y'all think we'll see Zach Gowen again then?
Probably not.
God.
What do you mean? He's a legend,
dude. If he shows up, then Brock's coming back.
Brock's gonna throw him down, throw him in a wheelchair down the stairs again
in front of his mother.
Oh,
dude, what a fucking that one where he's got him all bloodied up in front of his mom.
Yep.
Jesus Christ, man. Brock was an animal back then.
Yeah. So we talked a little NXT earlier, and we briefly touched on AEW. Both of those companies have big shows coming up this weekend. AEW is going to be in Australia with Grand Slam, and then you got NXT Vengeance Day. I mean, what about this weekend wrestling wise excites you guys?
I mean, I'm probably not gonna watch AEW, unfortunately. And then I will be missing NXT because I am going to see Unsanctioned Pro this Saturday. So
yeah, you're going to live wrestling.
Yeah, Unsanctioned Pro Rumble, 31 man over the top rope battle royale.
31.
Ooh, 31.
It's one bigger. Then
Just
the
like the
Royal
number of
Rumble.
flavors in Baskin Robbins.
God damn, dude.
Sure. I don't know if I've ever been to a Baskin Robbins.
What? Do you even have those by you?
I
They're
don't
like
think so.
there's like when I lived in New York, it was always like Baskin Robbins, Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, we've got a few of those around us that are they're both together. So.
You get a donut with some Baskin Robbins on it.
Oh man! But no, for me, I'm gonna actually be up in Wisconsin this weekend with the wife and the kid, just enjoying a little family time away from everything, regular life and stuff. So,
Well, fine. I won't watch wrestling either. It's all right.
I'm gonna watch eventually. I just don't. I'm just not gonna be able to watch live. I mean, it's a loaded weekend. I mean, you got AEW Grand Slam, you got NXT Vengeance Day. Fuck for us Karate Kid fans, the last 6 episodes of Cobra Kai just dropped, so that's got to be watched. I just started getting into Squid Game on Netflix.
I got
and I do want to give a really special a couple of shout outs real quick. I don't know if you guys saw the news, but Chris Bay is walking now, which is amazing.
That's awesome.
Because dude was legitimately paralyzed. Like what was it? July?
Damn.
I'd have to go back and look, but like literally,
Yeah, so I mean that's incredible. And 2, shout out to freaking Hiroki Goto, man.
Yes.
Hiroki Goto finished his story and won the IWGP Heavyweight Championship from old Zack Sabre Jr. It was something like 12 years in between heavyweight title shots for him.
It was something like that. Yeah, I was kind of and I remember seeing it because like I was just getting on Facebook and I saw like how when you get on the Facebook, the top you have all the stories or whatever of everybody.
Zack Sabre Jr., huh?
And I saw Pro Wrestling Tees, like one had a picture of Goto with the title. I'm like, holy shit! And then like literally right after that, I think Jovan had in one of chats he and I are in with some friends and stuff had posted about Goto winning, and I couldn't believe it. I mean, good for him. Like,
yeah, no, I mean that's a really really feel good moment. One of my most probably one of my favorite matches of all time that I never think about for some reason. I can't remember what Wrestle Kingdom it was, but him versus Suzuki in the hair versus hair match. And then they just beat the piss out of each other. And then like all the extras come running in and then eliminate each other. And then Suzuki ends up losing. Remember, he grabs his own chair and he shaves his own head.
It's like 14 or something.
Yeah.
I want to say that was the moment when I became a Minoru Suzuki fan.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. That whole Wrestle Kingdom was good. I think that was the one with the 4-way light heavyweight match with
was
that Painmaker?
I think so. Yeah, versus
2018.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
that was Jericho and Kenny, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
And stuff. So that good. That was something else. So so we've been doing this show for a little while, we've been, we apologize for kind of being in and out and sporadic with our scheduling lately.
Oh, don't apologize to them. We've already said nice things to them and stuff.
Well, I just feel I need to do it myself.
Fuck you.
Except for Nick. Nick, you're pretty cool.
No, fuck you too.
Well, fuck you, Nick.
You know what?
Especially fuck you.
But we're sorry.
Yeah, and so, but we've been talking about, possibly, making some changes and doing things here and there, trying some other different things. And we're going to take a quick commercial break here real quick to hear from our friends at Waukesha Sports Cards. And then when we come back, we're going to have a little announcement about, well, you know what? We'll just leave it at that. We got an announcement for you when we come back. So take it away, DDJ at Waukesha Sports Cards. Hey there, it's DDJ from 5 Star Takes, and when I come up to Milwaukee to see the Brewers play, there's one place that I always make it a point to stop at. Waukesha Sports Cards. Come on, let's go inside and check out what they got. Thank you. Thank you. Be sure to stop by one of their 3 locations or go to www.waukeshasportscards.com. I love that place and stuff. But you know what? So we come up with something that I think we're all excited about. We're still kind of working on a few details here and there and stuff, but you know, I think this is going to be something that's like for those of you who watch the show that kind of remember the days of Shane and Isaac with Such Good Shoot and my occasional appearance on there and stuff, you know, where they talked a lot about, you know, old stuff, and they would go through, you know, certain years and watch every pay-per-view and then give their ratings and stuff like that. We're going to take a little bit of what's up?
We watched a lot of pay-per-views on this.
Many pay-per-views.
And we're going to kind of bring that back, but put a little bit of a 5-star spin on it. And we come up with the show that I think, you know, is going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be kind of great to kind of go back and open up the vault, so to speak. And I'm talking about we're still going to be doing 5-star takes, but we're also going to be bringing you a new show called 5-Star Rewind.
That's it. We're gonna rewind. We're gonna go back. We're gonna watch old pay-per-views, and then every month or so, we're gonna do the classic Wheel of Pain, where at some point over the next couple of weeks, we will put together a list of just the most horrible pay-per-views you can imagine.
Yeah, from any promotion that we can actually find. So it could be TNA.
We'll subject ourselves to that for your pleasure.
It could be ECWs, it could be WCW.
Oh God, there's some bad fucking ECW ones.
There's some really bad WCW ones, man.
Yeah.
And that's so. But yes, guys, we're really excited about this and stuff, you know, and we'll stay tuned. We're still kind of working on the details and stuff, but once we have an idea of when we're going to go live with this, we'll be sure to let you all know and stuff. And as always, you know, if you're not part of the Shoot and Shit Facebook group where we do have all our news and stuff, please join. That way you can get all any updates and stuff. And like I said, it's going to be a lot of fun. But speaking of things that are fun, Isaac, you haven't been around in a while, which means a certain segment hasn't been around in a while. What do you say we dust an old segment off and let's get it going again?
That sounds like a good idea.
You like that idea?
I like that idea. Let's hit
roll tape.
It's time for Pics or It Didn't Happen with Isaac. Hey, that's me.
And Shane, that's me.
That's a Shane. I this time I had said Ricky Starks, but I think we might have already done that.
We did.
So because we had already done that, I'm going to say, because I saw her and Shane and I talked about her from the Rumble, Miss Trish Stratus.
We most definitely did.
I said some things that would have been pretty normal on Such Good Shoot. That should give you a clue. But yeah, Trish Stratus and her amazing everything. My goodness.
And she's one, and one of the things about Trish, I will say from that, she's as beautiful on the inside as she is on the outside. She's such a cool.
Seen her inside?
Oh, I'm not that inside, but I mean, just just the beautiful and like she's such
Yeah,
a nice.
I don't think I've ever heard anything bad about Trish ever, to be honest.
No,
Trish seems like a universally loved.
Yeah. Oh no, absolute wife.
Yeah.
material.
I mean, and it's cool to see that she's in, great shape, obviously, that she can still come back and, perform like that every once in a while. It's always a worry when you see a legend returning, that they're going to be embarrassing. You know what I mean? And
She's
she
definitely not in that.
Yeah, I mean, and she just never is. I mean, she had that pretty damn good run. What was it, like 2000 and oh god, when she was with Becky the whole time?
That was just a couple years ago.
Yeah, no. I mean, I was gonna say what 2000 and like 21, 22.
It might have been 23.
God, it was that? Okay, whatever.
Yeah, it was just within the last couple of years. But then I know she came back a few years prior to that and had that great match at SummerSlam against Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, no, very, very good. And then my pick for this week was Christopher Daniels.
I actually just remembered too, it's just as this was playing, I actually have a couple more pictures with him that I didn't put up, but they were both with like, it was hit with when he was part of SCU with Kazarian and Scorpio Sky. So, but yeah, definitely Christopher Daniels was a cool guy. And if I'm not mistaken, did he make fun of your mustache?
Yeah, yeah. I don't like him very much, to be honest.
I got one of the like that somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. I love Christopher.
Man, you want to hear a crazy fact that Trish Stratus, when she was in the Royal Rumble, was the same age as Mae Young when she had the hand baby?
What?
No,
that's completely made up. But I thought it sounded pretty
cool. Mae Young was like 76.
She was
20 something year difference, 30-year difference.
Oh no.
Man, these are facts, okay? These are my facts.
All right, dude. Man, with that incredible revelation, I've been Shane.
I've been the fact man. Dropping facts.
What do you mean it sounded good?
It sounded good.
No. It didn't sound good. It didn't sound good at all.
I'm done. Are you done, Shane?
What the hell just happened?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, no, I think Isaac has jumped multiple sharks just to,
This is why I'm usually asleep by now.
And on that note, good night, everybody. See, I think this time those people were all clapping because they didn't have to hear Isaac anymore.
Oh, come on. I was just about to say, can you imagine if it was Trish Stratus and Sexual Chocolate?
Yeah, you can probably find that on the internet.
That'd be great. That'd be a great segment. What kind of body part would they have together?
On that note, I'm cutting it now.
Nose.
Giant nose. That'd be Triple H.
Sorry, bro. Legends of the Ring Sting, man. This is a great figure, old school figure. Looks great. It's Sting! Old school Sting from WCW. Guys, you know us, 3/4 of the Shootin' Shit team, and we're here with a listener just like you guys. This is Jimmy from Super Powers Comics.
My friend of 20, almost 20 years. He's known him since you were 12.
If you know people in Chicago, you probably know Dennis because he knows half the town, of course. But shooters, if you need action figures, comics, wrestling memorabilia, we just showed you Sting. Superpowers Comics will put up their QR code so you can get a good look at everything they have coming. Give it a shot, shooters. Get your superpowers on and get your comics from our friend Jimmy, who listens just like you.
Attention wrestling fans and fans of Shootin' Shit podcasts. You can now be one of the cool kids by going to ProWrestlingTees.com and buy the official Shootin' Shit t-shirt. Buy it now and be there at ringside.
This episode and all episodes of 5 Star Takes are now available on YouTube at www.youtube.com/@5StarTakes. Be sure to like and subscribe. Get all of your 5 Star Takes news and updates by going to our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/SHOOTINSHT. And as always, thanks for watching.